I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking.
Great, what is it, y'all? Great, what is it? How y'all like the background?
Thank you for the company.
Maybe I need some more light. Maybe I need some more light.
Open. Yes, indeed.
I don't know where to put it. This is apple. A whole big apple tree. And this is forestry in the background. And then the apples, and then the apples, and then the apples, and then the apples. Let's get ready for his walk. Get your back, get your chair, get your weight, get your water.
Thank you for the company.
Let's get this party started right. Every day and every night. Hey y'all, hey. How you doing? Didn't clean my glasses, I just realized. And I put some black castor oil. Sometimes I get styes on my eyelid and such. And when that happens, all I gotta do is put some black castor oil on it, and it clears it right up. It's like the same black castor oil that I use under my arm when I feel something ain't a little right in the little breastises, something needs to be loosened up. Put a little black castor oil underneath my arms, on my nipple, and we good to go, honey. Then we good to go. Okay, YouTubers, I just got to take care of you. How's y'all weekend? Hey, subscribers, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for subscribing. Really. Thank you so much for subscribing to the YouTube. And all my Facebook friends, thanks for coming on a walk every morning. I tell you, I don't know. They said death comes in threes. I know something from some cult. And one very good friend of mine that I think of every day, Noriko Garoff, I don't know her Japanese last name. And you know, Noriko was doing so good, right? Like, we started working together at the library, and we became friends. We would go to lunch together. She liked parks, I liked parks. And we would talk on the phone. As little as she was, she could eat. So we love Mexican restaurants. We love Mexican restaurants. By the time I thought about taking her to the Brazilian restaurant, it was too late. I think also we went to Benihana in White Plains. And then we went to this soul food restaurant. We became a group working every weekend at the Largemont Library. And so if someone comes and says, well, let's go to this restaurant, let's try this restaurant out, or try that restaurant out. And Enrico was always down. And we would laugh and just have the best time ever. So, with Noriko, I'm saying this for me, not for her. Noriko scored very high on the test to be employed full-time at the Largemont Library. But whiz up, because, all this is just like commentary from me, me saying that. So whiz out, whiz woo, wah wee woo, wee wah woo, Largemont didn't hire her. So you got that, right? Do I gotta say it again? Because of the whiz out, wee woo, and the wah woo wee wee, even though she was a high scorer, Largemont didn't hire her. And she said, I don't know why, Vicki. And y'all know I had to clamp down on my tongue. A few times I almost bit the tip of my tongue off. I wanted to say, because this is a racist society, Noriko. No one told you that. You just think they hate blacks? Let me tell you something about hate. Hate hates everybody. Hate hates. That's what it does. That's what hate does. So while you say, oh, you know, it's okay, it's good, it's all right, they just hate the blacks, they just do it to the blacks, it's a lie and the truth ain't in you. Because once you discriminate, you find other things to discriminate against. It's a sense of power. Entitlement. And you want to stay there. The person that's doing it, they want to stay there. So that's what kills me with these white women. Oh, it's just the black women, it's just the Negroes, it's just the Negroes, it's just the blacks. The blacks. 45 said, the blacks. I like to say the blacks. But it's not. So they're like, oh, Roe v. Wade, oh, against us? No, no, not us. Just the blacks, the Hispanics, and the other women of the other minorities, not us. Ha! Racism. Ha! White people. See how racism works. Obviously, y'all don't know. Especially white women. When you allow your husband to talk shit about other races and to talk shit about other women and other races, he's talking about you. You're next, dummy. I have not been in a relationship where there was such a hate of another race. Because I knew I was just right there. You think if any of my husband said, well, if I hate this or I hate that, hate is everybody. So I know I got to be next in that hate. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going for that. So we never talk like that. But I've seen it for myself in Caucasians' houses. They do. They don't think anything's wrong with it. I've seen it at work all the time. Well, I just have to look at myself saying, do they really see me as a black person when they look? Because I'm about to jump up and slap the shit out of somebody in here. But, it comes back to them. I was listening to, I'm into my podcast. And again, another racist. But okay, he's racist to all his other people. Oh yeah, until he killed his wife. And then told her son to say, y'all know who he blamed? A black man. And the little boy had to repeat it because he was scared he'd be killed. Still, even when little white boys running around with all these guns, pulling SWATs on people's houses, still, if you say African American, brown skin, it's totally off them. Still. So the little boy, he was so scared. They said, who killed your mother? They said, a black man with brown eyes. And so. It was his stepfather told him to do it. See what I'm saying? Same old bullshit, different day. Then I had to get into it with old nasty Grace. I listen to her because I like the people who commentate with her. I like the professionals. And I also like when them defense attorneys turn around and tear into that ass. I love that. When a defense attorney with enough balls to say, fuck you, I just won't come back on your show, tells her off, I love it. I love it. So I posted, they put something about South Carolina in the Murdoch thing. And I said, yes, that racist slime, that whole state, I was there as a teenager, that whole state, I'm talking from fucking experience. Slime, trash, garbage, cesspool, filled with racists, nasty men, cults that allow incest, nastiness, treating women like scumbag, scum, stealing, making their own laws, killing, hanging at will, whatever the hell they want to do in that state. I'm surprised SLED came out and said anything about the Murdoch case. I'm fucking shocked. I thought they would be sweeping all that under the rug. Because that's what they do in South Carolina. Nasty Grace. Kiss my ass. She's like, oh, every time you comment, it's about racism. I said, because it is. Everything in this country. Let's go to the electoral college. It's to make the advancement of the white people. Bitch. Everything. Voting, redistricting, refranchising, disenfranchising people. That's racism, ho. Everything is done in America is motivated. The foundation of it is some kind of racist bullshit. It's not to bring us together, make us happy, work in unity. No. It's you always have a race to stand on. Always. Always about race. You can't be no more sick of it, nasty Grace, ugly face than I am. You could not be more sick of it than I am. Every time you comment, you say racism. I want to say yes. Yes. You trash person that worked their way up to a lawyer. You holler person that worked your way through and scraped to the top. But you know where you come from. And I know where you come from when you start talking all that shit. I listen to her on podcast because I like the people that she puts on the panel. I can't stand her. Why does everything have to be racist? That's what I said. There's like millions of African American, Native Americans, other minorities. They say the same thing. Why it always got to be about racism? And I can't wait till little Lucy and John David grow up. I hope little Lucy marry her a big old black buck. And I hope she have a lot of little mixed kids running around. And John David, I hope John David is gay. I hope he's gay. And I hope again he bring home a nice big black buck for you. And see how you do. And see how you do. I can hear. You know me, John David, and Lucy. Lucy is dating. And she bought, oh, what, me and David, we didn't know what to do when John David bought that. The black people in my house, it now. I can't wait. Oh, she won't tell that. John Davis came to me. I understand how you feel because John David came to the house and said to me, Mama, I'm gay. And this here Leroy. And me and Leroy are going to get married because I'm gay. Oh, my goodness. Please let the camera be all in her face when that happens because I want to see how that hoe can hide the disgust because she's a racist hag. I call her nasty. I call her nasty face, nasty Grace, trash Grace. Why is everything about race with me? That's a damn question I ask every goddamn day. That trash South Carolina. Why couldn't I have gotten a better education? Why all my books had to have fucked up shit written all over it? Like, then you had to make me pay for it. My grandmother. You'd have to pay every year starting off if you wanted books. So if you couldn't afford to buy books, you didn't have books. A lot of kids didn't have books. That's trash South Carolina. That's trash can South Carolina. That's cesspool South Carolina. Scholarship. I graduated. I ain't hear nothing about no scholarship. I don't know if they got some now, but I didn't hear nothing about no scholarship back then. Please. That cesspool state. Yeah, and my cousin's listening. That's why I ain't there. I don't want to spend the rest of my life working in fast food restaurants, hospital maintenance, a laundry room, cafeteria, maybe. But cafeteria is up crusty. They don't move too many of us in there. I volunteered at the Veterans Administration Hospital. And I can't even tell you, I bumped into African American nurses in that whole place. Okay? I can't even tell you, I bumped into one. And I was there for my whole high school year. The only time I seen African American and black people in there, they was pushing a bucket of them up. Now, I may have changed, but this is the view I'm looking at it. You made me. Until my mad energy separates, I'm going to call your ass on it. Because it don't make no sense. Know how glad I am these African American parents are working away, finding a way to homeschool, because you see that your child learns more through homeschool than when you send them to school. You see how Texas is rewriting history. I told y'all I went to school in New York City, and they never taught us anything about enslavement. I learned it from my parents. And Martin Luther King was a rebel. Everybody now kissing his ass like he's God, but when not then, he was a rebel. He was riling up the Negroes. But now we know what he was. He was a cult leader of millions. Mega churches ain't got shit on him. I said mega churches ain't got shit on him. That's the sadness of it. Because when he had all us up there and we was angry, we should have ran through motherfucking D.C. like an upright Hoover. Destroying and doing all that entails, just like January 6th. We have more of a right to January 6th than anybody January 6th over some bullshit orange 45 trash. Trash. Cause I lost the election. The black people taking over the vote. I'm trying to tell you, in this country, I'm gonna try it myself. Next time something happens, I'm gonna blame it on the black person and see if I get off. I'm gonna say, that wasn't me, that was a black person. Always black man. That's the ones that get them. If you say a black woman, they ignore you, they don't hear nothing. You have to specifically say a black man. And then, honey, you click into that racism. Whew, let's take a break, y'all. Whew. Ooh, the humidity is bad. Y'all see how I'm sweating? I love it. I love it. I love it.
Walking, yes indeed, I'm walking, oh yeah, yes I'm walking, I'm walking. Thank you for the company. I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking. So happy to be walking, happy to be walking. Thank you for the company. Walking, yes indeed, I'm walking, oh yeah, yes I'm walking, I'm walking. Thank you for the company. I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking. So happy to be walking, happy to be walking. Thank you for the company.
Whew. Hey y'all, hey y'all. Oh, believe it or not, I was staring in the bathroom mirror, looking at the sweat roll down my face. I love it. Oh, the impurities. Everything. Come on out.
Thank you for the company. I'm walking up.
All the impurities. All the impurities, girl. All the impurities. Hey, let me see who said hi to me. I know we moving a little slow this morning. Hey, West Market. Thanks for coming on the walk. I was trying to wave. Ooh. Let's get to walking. Oh, I lost my top. I don't want none of my water to spill. All right, y'all. Let's knock this out. Why does everything have to be race with me? Ask America. Don't ask me. It was like that when I got here. Nay, worse. Whew. So that was my thing with Nancy Grace. The humidity is terrible. But I'm sweating and I'm happy. We got a little pool out in the garage. When it get like 90 humidity like that, when the air conditioner don't cool you, we just jump in that garage pool and cool off. It always stays at 72 or 70. So, and it's a nice cool garage. We close everything off so the water stays nice and cool. So that's what we'll be doing. Because sometimes the shower and just sit in a tub of cold water just don't do it. And I got that pool when nobody was thinking about pools. So you know I got it cheap, okay? That's when you get it. And for 2 years, we didn't have a pool. My daughter gave the pool to her girlfriend's son. I think right at the start of the pandemic, and they couldn't go to the beach or anything like that. So she gave them the pool. And when the kids didn't take it back and take care of it, instead of asking my daughter, did she want the pool, the filter thing, a lot of stuff that she paid, that she gave them, they just took it and threw it in the shed. So I knew we would never have that pool again. So you got to start saving, you got to start manifesting, seeing yourself in the pool again, remembering how it cooled down your body. And for 2 summers, it was pretty much the pits, y'all. For 2 summers, it was pretty much the pits. And then I said, not this summer. And we got the pool. And so, that's what we're going to do. I just cleaned out the extra filter. We bought a new one, so then that old one became the extra filter. And that's what we're going to do. And I got my fan on me. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. I know something was a little off. Y'all gonna hear a little whirl because I'm putting it on a little higher, y'all. Higher, higher. Higher, higher. It's hot, y'all. The sweat is running down my sleeve. Yes, that's why I wear sleeves. I don't like when the water just like drips down my arm to... Anyway, that's in the old videos, y'all know. So, that's where I was. I was doing good until I ran into old nasty Grace. Or nasty face. So, that part. I hope you guys had a good weekend. Thank you for being my friend. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thanks for coming on the walk. Thanks for exercising. Your body is so happy. Your body is so happy you're exercising. It can't run around and tell everybody, because sometimes you talk too much about exercising, people don't want to talk to you no more. I know from example. I can clear a room. All I can do is go in there and talk about exercising, water, but definitely exercising. Listen, I cleared my friends list. Oh, thanks for coming on the walk. I cleared my friends list. My Facebook friends are giving me the thumbs up. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you can clear a room. Just talk about exercising. You can get rid of friends. Ask them too many times to exercise with you. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. I hear there's a variant out there. A different variant and a different variant and then a different variant and a different variant. I don't know. I'm still in quarantine. In October, I gotta go to Norrico's memorial. I'm not gonna miss that for nothing. When I was working on making a video of kids singing and dancing to the chess, even when I introduced her to the chess song, because she's afraid, I talked about it. We would go out and eat. We'd be on the telephone talking, laughing. I gotta tell y'all something. Me and Vicki, we was close. And then I was so happy when she opened up that flower shop in Largemont. I was so happy. It took me a while to save enough to go down there, take it there and back home and, to buy some flowers from Norrico. But when I was at her store, when I first got in and I saw in the window and I waved, I was so proud. I was like, oh, from part-time library staff to owning your own florist. For me, that is big. And I went in there, but she was still no Rico. And I ordered my flowers, and I just watched her go to her refrigerator, and she washed it. It was so wonderful. And then she's that's Largemont. So a lot of her white friends started coming in. A lot of they're steady customers. And they all knew and they had talked up, but I know them people in Largemont is racist. I know. And as she was doing company, and I was gonna stay around to talk to her after, so I was like, oh, I'll talk to that. But the more I stayed, the more company came, and then they kept staring at me, and I was like, I'm not doing her business a positive by staying here. They already looking at me. Probably some people didn't even come in because they saw me there. And I blew a kiss. That's the last time I saw her. I blew a kiss and I left. And I would just call a couple times, just, to say good things. But then the pandemic came. But my main thing is, I didn't want to do anything to stop her business. And I know in this country, having black customers, unless you're in a black neighborhood, for some, now listen, I've had friends, Maribel, she was the only one that told me this. She said, Vicki, I would go on job interviews and I would look at the office. It was nothing but white people, and she's white. She said, I wouldn't be hired there. I'm not going there. She said, I had to be someplace where it was minority, and it had to be women. Women and minorities. And I remember looking at her. And I'm sitting there, talking to her. And technically, it's her and Debbie Justino, who I became real good friends with, because they tried to fire her because she was fat. Well, that's another story. And it was just them two there. And it's just a different people when you're not a racist. You just know. You just know. They're just comfortable with any people. It's such a comfortability about them. So I saw how I was getting looks in the regular shop, like, why are you there? And nobody knows. Like, I'm just so happy. My friend, she tells me about it, but I couldn't come down to see it. And now you see her in her own shop, her own, and you know that was a dream of hers. And you see her standing in her dream, and it's awesome. And then you got people looking at me like, what are you doing here? And then I said to myself, I got to stay away from Noriko because it could ruin her business. So I called her a few times, and she was gracious. Oh, Vicki. And then I was like, I know how white people are. She could lose friends for being with me. So, and she's climbed the ladder of success. I'm not anchoring her. I know what my race is in this country. And I didn't go back. And then COVID came. And then I'm doing the podcast, and I'm thinking, wow, I'm going to call Noriko, and we can do the podcast. She didn't want her face when we were doing the public access show, Neighbors, and teaching chess and doing places. She didn't want her face shown, but this is a podcast. Surely, she'd want to be on the podcast with me. Surely. And then I found out she was dead. And I never got a chance to tell her. That's why I pulled back. I didn't want to ruin anything for her in this extremely racist society, especially in the town of Largemont. I didn't want her to get a reputation of liking blacks, because it can ruin your business. We're racist. Go, oh, black people go to her florist. It can ruin your business. And seeing her come from being a part-time library employee to owning her own business, I didn't want to do anything to ruin it for her or to block anything. So I totally removed myself. I was just like, I always posted from M Flowers, flowers.in. I always posted. Every time she put up a flower or arrangement or any kind of pictures, I always double post them to my page and to my feed and to my Facebook page. Always did that. And sent her hearts for everything. Everything she posts, I would send a heart and repost it. But I knew I wasn't going to go back to her business or be seen in her business again because I didn't want her to lose money. And I don't think she'd be able to understand it because, like how she said she scored the highest of all those test takers on the test in Largemont, but she didn't get hired, and she just didn't understand. I understood. So she wouldn't understand me saying, Enrico, I gotta stay away from your business if you want to grow. The wrong person could see me there and spread lies or spread rumors. It's a small town, Largemont, and it could be bad. They like you. They like the Japanese lady florist. A black friend ain't gonna bring her down. So that's why I didn't hang out as much or go down to Largemont with her in the store, you know. I want to help her. Like, oh, you want me to help you go in the morning and get flour? But all that, me being an African American, could ruin her business. And I wasn't going to do that. That's when you understand racism. You don't agree with it, but you understand how it works. It was hard enough them accepting her as a Japanese. Okay? You throw the African American woman on top, and they can't accept all that. All that together is too much for them. They're racist. They can only accept one at a time. And you, beautiful flowers put together, is totally acceptable. Me, not so much. But I miss her. And I just really miss her. Especially as I do the podcast. Maybe that's why I'm kind of lagging. I gotta call people and re-interview them. Like I said, I'm scared to find out. Because Jonathan died. He's from episode 3. Was he 22? He died about 2-3 years ago. You know? Poor Johnny. Well, I don't know poor Johnny. I don't know what he died from, how he died. I don't know any of those things. So, oh. Oh yeah, I put on my picture. Y'all saw my hanging? That's my morning routine. I just hang. I'm a little too heavy now to lift myself up really good, but it aligns my back. And I don't have back issues. Of course, it helps me with my core, which I've been working on since I started this journey. Since I started going to Planet Fitness in the way back. You know? So, now what else I was going to tell you? You see how this is sticking? This is all water running down my arm, running down the back of my neck. I remember they said, the comedians mostly, black people don't like to work out because they don't want to get their hair done. Though they were right. Because that's the majority of the excuse I got from my friends when I said, you want to go work out? They'll say, oh, I just got my hair done. Oh, I just got my nails done. So, it's hard, but if you really love yourself, and I am so glad that with each passing day, I fall more and more in love with me. I do. I look back over my life, and I said, thank you, Vicki. Boy, you sure were smart. You put that together. Boy, you narrowly escaped that one, girl. And it's like, oh, you manifested. Yeah, that's what I want to talk to y'all about. We ain't got too much time. Manifestation. Now I understand cults. They stop you from manifesting. They stop you from manifesting. They stop you from seeing. When I was a child, I couldn't understand. Even my mother from Virginia. And she tells the story when she would sit in the dark and smoke her cigarettes and tell us about Lee, Virginia. She wanted desperately to get out of Virginia. She wanted it so bad that she manifested her way to New York. Just to turn around and tell me when I say I want, to tell me stop wanting. Stop wanting, she used to tell me. You're my grandmother. You want too much. Stop wanting. Wanting is manifestating. You were telling me to stop manifesting and telling me to depend on a blonde hair, blue-eyed, white freak in a gown. You stopped me from manifesting, but you didn't really. Because, honey, I manifested the hell my way out of South Carolina. That's the only way to get out there. Out of the clutches that I manifested the hell out of there. How can you leave, Vicki? How can you leave? I said, I'm going to college. I'm going to college. I told my mother I'm going to college. My sisters know. Everybody knows I'm going to college. And that's what saved me. I got my student loan together. I put out my own application. I had no counselors. I sent out all of my requests using the stamps from my job. I didn't get stamps envelopes at home. I used it from work. And I manifested my ass to the first college that said yes. It was Knoxville College, HBCU, that's closed, in Knoxville, Tennessee. And it was okay. Then after the first year, I had to go back for winter. Had to go back after that first year. And I swore when I left, I ain't coming back here. When I left after that Christmas break, that was it. When I saw my grandmother again, my daughter was maybe 2 years old, and I was taking her to a play in Manhattan, Mama, I Want to Sing. Mama, I Want to Sing. Because, you know, my grandmother was a choir director at our church because we all was in the choir. Mama, I Want to Sing. And she really liked it. I think that was the first place she ever went to. It wasn't on Broadway. It was off Broadway. Y'all know what it was. I can't think of the name of the theater now. It was on that Museum Road. Just as you start that whole Fifth Avenue Museum Road. I think it's over there somewhere. And she liked it. She had a good time. And I manifested that. And I told my daughters when she was old enough to understand, I was saying it before she was old enough to understand, but I told her she going to college too. I don't care if it's trade college. I didn't care. Gonna go do something out here to better your life. Because as an African American woman, it's going to be hard. Hopefully she open her business. But she says she's going for her broker's license, and maybe she is going towards opening her own business. And that's all I want. If I can sit there in that office and answer that phone, I can do that. I'll keep my wits about me enough to write them messages and make sure she sell them houses. Yes, God. Yes, God. Because I don't know that G-O-D. Yes, God, I will. Meaning me. I'm God. I will sit right there. Who's Leslie? Who's Leslie Addie Realtor? Who's Leslie Addie Realty? Who's Leslie Addie? She'll get back to you. One of the agents will call you right back. Neither up nor down. Let's do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And she knows manifestation. She manifested this house. She manifested her way to her realtor license. She understands manifestation. And that's something that they don't teach you in the cults, because that advances us as a race and as a people. And on a personal level, you have to have wants. Embrace your wants. See yourself, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See yourself. I saw myself at that college. The minute I got that letter from Knoxville College, I knew I was out of South Carolina. I saw myself. I had never been to a dorm before, but I saw myself in that dorm room. I'd never been on the campus before, but I saw myself on that campus. I manifested it, and then I was there. I wanted a daughter. My husband wanted a boy. I wanted a girl. He made me feel so bad, because to him, he couldn't find anything good about girls. But me, I knew they were the bomb. But I couldn't say anything, so I went along with him. And when I had my daughter, he, on the other hand, was highly disappointed. And underneath, again, not being able to show my feelings, when we were alone and she came out and I felt the girl, I kissed all them fingers and toes, I kissed all over. But when he got there, he's like, a girl. I said, yeah, girl. You wanted a boy. He said, yeah. And inside I said, well, I got what I wanted. I got me. But you couldn't say that. You had to mourn with him on the fact that I didn't have a boy. And he had a boy. The boy is dead, died at 25.
I'm walking, so happy to be walking, happy to be walking.
Yeah, my ex, he wanted a boy so bad that he left his son here and went to Africa and left the boy all by himself, never gave the boy guidance, never gave him counsel, never told him how life is, no life lessons. Oh, let me see who's it. Hey, Diane. Good morning. Oh, great rising. I don't like morning. Good morning. My cousins now, in the morning when they wake up, they say, morning, morning, morning. Oh. I just said, just don't say nothing. If you can't say good morning, it's good morning. You said morning. As I got older, I tried to say good morning with a smile. Great rising. See, that's happier. Let's chug. Let's go.
So happy to be walking, happy to be walking. Thank you for the company. Yes, indeed, I'm walking.
It's so humid. I'm going to have to come down here before each walk and make sure that everything that's up is still up. Yeah, a lot of it's held up by tape. Some stick pins, you know what do you call them, thumbtacks. I've got to show y'all how much water I had in here. I'm not cheating y'all because in reality, I am cheating myself. I'm not cheating myself. I have one of these in the morning and one now, and then I have one in the afternoon, and I'm good for the day. You gotta have water. You know your vagina area? It needs a lot of water. Sometimes when you think about things that's wrong with your vagina, what's going on, why don't you say, let me grab a gallon of water, drink it a quart at a time, and see how my body feels. Your ovaries and stuff down there, they need water. Let's knock this out.
Yes, indeed, I'm walking, I'm walking, yes, I'm walking, I'm walking. Thank you for the company. I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking. So happy to be walking, happy to be walking. Thank you for the company. Yes, indeed, I'm walking, I'm walking, yes, I'm walking, I'm walking. Thank you for the company. I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking. So
There we go. Please like, comment, share, tell a friend, tell an auntie, tell an uncle, tell a cousin. Thanks for coming on the walk. And thanks for saying for the sipping though. And I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.